It's not easy to understand why stocks go up and down, but even in volatile markets, there's always a discoverable and logical reason behind price action. Story trading is a social investing community of investors who share information to uncover the hidden stories behind the trade through the 4 pillars of fundamentals, catalyst, sentiment, and technicals. All price action can be understood through the lens of these pillars, allowing for a holistic view that empowers better decision-making. Only by understanding markets can you beat them. Join our community today and start making sense of markets.
Good afternoon. It is Wednesday, February 4th. We're going to be right here with you probably till about 5 p.m. All right. Live trading. We got a CEO interview. We have a crazy day. We're going to talk about right now. QQQ trying to make a comeback over here. See if we can get over this line. It just did. It just went over that line. Wow. I'm not playing this at this point, but hopefully that'll help some of our longs over here. But in any case, this was a bloodbath today that we didn't expect, especially in, let's pull this up. This is a good way of showing this. Now, this data is 20 minutes delayed, but these are especially if you look at drone defense, you know what? I'm just going to rename this now to defense tech. Let's call that defense tech. So if you look at the defense tech in space, down 20% in defense tech. Holy crap. I did not expect this. We had a whole bunch of positive catalysts, I thought, for defense tech today, and it was just a brutal bloodbath. Look at this. We went from up 20% on the year for our 2026 picks down to almost flat for the year. Crazy. But space, defense tech, critical metals, uranium, all of those sectors that have been government supported, after that budget was passed, I thought they were going to go up today, especially defense tech. So this is probably my worst day in years. Definitely, I think the worst day since the Discord started like 2 years ago. My long-term account, which I didn't do any trades in today. I mean, it's my long-term account, and I don't really trade much there. My long-term account down about 9% today. And I'm not even looking at the damage in my short-term account because I was loaded on all those defense tech names in pre-market. Whether it be RCAD or Ondis or AMPX, AVAV as well. Wow, that was a surprise to see. But they're all down. I mean, this is not company specific. It's just a sell-off for a reason I don't quite understand yet. Took us really off guard here at Story Trading. I will say, though, there was a clue in our pre-market show. I was very hesitant. I mean, I couldn't even pick top picks for a while. I was like, Rhett, what are we going to do? Because the pre-market action to me was very weird. Maybe we'll make a clip out of that, of how confused I was. I'm like, why are these defense tech stocks not up pre-market? I'm like, this is weird. I mean, if they want to sell off, fine, but that usually retail bids it up in pre-market. And then you can have a gap and fade, worst case. But to not be bid up in pre-market after a huge afternoon yesterday, when the budget was passed, all those hot sectors exploded into the close, and not to see the follow-through the next morning. I mean, I spent 5 minutes perplexed about that and confused, but in the end, I didn't take action on it. I'm like, I stayed in all of the positions and I paid for it. So a very difficult day here. Kind of like deer in the headlights for a while. I did take a lot of losses. I went to capital preservation mode. The only thing I ended up keeping was a half-size position in ONDS, which in retrospect, I should have sold that too to preserve capital. And And here in the afternoon, I shifted to war plays. I did have USO coming into today, so I took some profits on the pop here, but I re-entered because what was this initial pop? It was because Iran saying they're backing out of the deal on Friday. But then, I thought this thing was just going to go straight up from there because to me that meant imminent war. But then Rubio and Trump and the whole administration pushing back, saying, "No, we still want to do talks. Don't worry, Iran. We don't have to talk about anything beyond nuclear." Because they said we only want to talk about nuclear, nothing else, nuclear weapons. Don't worry. I don't know what's going on, man. It's really, really strange right now. But ever since that news came out, I have been playing Lockheed Martin, RTX, and USO for profit overall. But my latest entries here in RTX and Lockheed not looking great. Hanging in there with oil over here. But that's honestly where my focus is right now. And of course, we have a bunch of very interesting ERs. We'll put this ER list together here for after hours, but it's going to be hard to play ERs with this market backdrop. But I'll show you what ERs we have on our radar. An interview at 3 o'clock. So right after that 3 o'clock interview, we're going to put our list together for the ERs, which will be Google, Wolf, Qualcomm, ARM, Snap, Symbiotic, and ELF. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to do our best to do real-time fast analysis on those. We'll have our estimates out so we can get you that news as quickly as possible and try to make some quick decisions. But it's going to be a little difficult given market conditions to do anything with conviction and size here in after hours. But we're going to do our best, okay? The two that I'm most interested in are I didn't even make this list yet. I got to move to the top. The two I'm most interested in are Snap tonight and Burna tomorrow morning. But okay, so we'll see. We'll cover that after the interview. So we got an interview here at 2:30. We'll be interviewing the CEO of Cadiz, CDZI, some sort of company, a water utility of sorts, I think. Been having a good several quarters until just the last few days, man. This is probably not company specific. It's probably with the market selling off. So I don't know anything about this company yet. Like I said, it's had a very good run from 2 to 7. This is the first time we're talking to the company. It does not appear to be a shitco. They appear to have revenue and a real business here. So we're going to be talking to them shortly at 2:30. So we'll do that 2:33. No, 2:33, 3 to 3:30. And then we'll go right into the ERs. In fact, we have a little bit of time now. So let me build that ER list right now. So, all right, we got ELF. Oops, that didn't work. So now you see this. You're going to see what I do every day here for Discord. This is exactly the process we go through for after hours trading. So we start by building the ER watch list. So we got ELF and Symbiotic. We have Snap. Okay. We have ARM. Let's build that here. ARM. We have Qualcomm, Wolf, and Google. Okay. Qualcomm. Let's add that to the ER list. We have Wolf. Add that. And we have Google. And out of all these, I think Google's the only one I own in my retirement account. No, I do have Snap calls in my short-term account, and I think I may have some Symbiotic in my long-term account. I'm not sure if it's Symbiotic or Rockwell that I have, but in any case, so here's our ER list. And so what I'm going to do actually now is I'm going to clean this list up, okay? Because we have a lot of other stuff. We double this list up, so it's not just ERs, but it's catalysts, other catalysts. So we're going to clean this up after the market's kind of resetting here. So just give me a minute to do this. Wow, AT&T. Wow. After earnings, just continuously running, and some news this morning with Amazon, AWS. Wow. So, and Lilly with the good earnings. Wow, Uber really wild. It was down big, then was up big, now down big again. Wow. Take Two Interactive up big last night on a beat, now down big. I mean, this stuff is perilous right now. SMCI up 10%. Let's see. We know about Novo. Wow, Velo's down 21% on the space names being down basically 20%. So a little Shitco and Soon. Wow, CMG flipped to green. It was down big. AMD, did it make it to my support? Yeah, I said 200. It got to 200, didn't it? But I didn't do anything about it.
We're right now 250.
What's that?
We're there now 250.
Yeah, I see that. That was my target earlier today, but I don't feel like playing it. I mean, I own this one in my long-term account. ONDS, real surprise that I talked about earlier. Let's see. We're just cleaning up this list so we can focus for after hours. Your Galaxy was a terrible report. PayPal was a terrible report. Fubo was an okay report. Wow, look at that strength in Pepsi, but Fubo had the reverse split, which people didn't like. Pfizer doing okay, and Merck. So far, most of Pharma doing okay, except Novo Nordisk. SanDisk, what a pullback today. Wow, this list is old. You can see now this is from last week's earnings. And then we have what's Tesla looking like? Palantir gave it all up and then some. Wow, pretty wild, guys. I imagine this is probably the worst day of the year for a lot of people. And like I said, for me, I think it's the worst day ever since I opened the Discord a couple years ago. So, wow, Disney with some relative strength. Wow, look at this volatility after earnings, bouncing right back. Wow. All right, so we're getting hopefully to almost to the end of this list, so we can have a nice small list here to focus on in after hours. Whew. Robinhood just demolished with crypto, unfortunately. I added that last week to my retirement account and promptly down on it. Kodak with some big news last week. It didn't move, but it's holding its own. Maybe maybe it's setting up to move. Apple with that big news we talked about this morning, or the sentiment shift, maybe we'll call it. Wow, am I done on this? Come on. On my phone, I could like just select them all and delete them. On the desktop, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah. All right. Ooh, come on. It's been a while since I cleaned this list. How many do I got left? I think I got to be near the bottom here. IBM, Summit, ASPI, Meta just demolished with that. I think that news out of Spain hurting it, along with Snap. Dude, this is taking forever. How many names did I have here? Okay, it looks like we're almost done. Oops. That Caterpillar at the top. PDYN. AVAV. I'll delete AT&T too. Okay, so we have Google, Wolf, Qualcomm, ARM, Snap, ELF. Okay. I don't need CDZI there. Okay, that's our ER list. Okay, so I will also make a list of the analyst estimates for that. And then I'll get a news feed ready for that as well, so we can quickly get the news. I don't have Bloomberg, but we have Benzinga Pro, which is pretty quick. All right, let's go back to what I'm trading right here. QQQ coming back. Mew coming back.
Yeah. Three. I mean, you could consider that the support, the 364, but I don't know. That chart was not looking good. The real only support I saw for
No, look, it's over this line. It's over this 201 minute now, and the 5 minutes up there. Bottom might be in for today, man. We were supposed to buy this. Where were we supposed to buy it? Actually, it's a good thing we didn't. 380, right? Was it
No, I
380?
did buy, but I took a quick loss on it. It was like,
Yeah, I mean, I did
I'm
too.
glad I didn't hold on because,
I did too. But I didn't continue trying to find the bottom. I gave up on it. Look at that. Look at this. Wow.
you know what's
Anyway,
showing relative strength right now, really coming back after being dipping down a little, is GameStop. GME right here.
yeah,
Back
this
up.
morning it was looking strong too. Yeah, look at that.
So something to consider. Because if you look at the daily chart still looks great. Like lift off the 200-day moving average 3 times now.
Mm-hmm. Oh. So yeah, right now here I'm focused on these war plays. Although I'm really confused, man. Okay, when this first came out, I thought we were going straight to war. Especially like it seems to be escalating. I don't know, with the drone, the Iranian drone that was shot down near the Abraham Lincoln and the Strait of Hormuz. They tried to hijack a oil tanker, and then today they backed out of talks. I thought like that's it, man. I just like piled into RTX, Lockheed Martin, and oil, which I'm up on overall on that trade. But yeah, then we're getting this pushback from the administration. Rubio putting this at a press conference, being like, "No, we still want to talk. We really want to talk. We want peace." I mean, don't worry, Iran. We'll just talk about nuclear. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on. Really weird. Really weird.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know what to make of all this
So
anymore.
I'm saying Best Buy is also up. I guess that's the other speculation. Kind of a similar chart. Best Buy and GME. You see that?
On
the 5-minute today.
Yeah, laptop noted that yesterday. Speculating that that's the target. A big comeback in OPTX.
Is
Qs, MU, everything coming back.
Federal not. Is that catching a bid right now? No.
Which one?
No, it's not. So I think FNMA.
Oh, Fanny? I mean, I only trade Fanny on news if they're. But actually, I think I own some though in my retirement. Wow, it must have been news. Pulte must have said something. So we're waiting for the IPO on this one. Yeah, there must have been. If you know what that news is, let me know. I gotta make room. I'm at my max if I'm gonna add Best Buy here. But look at that. There finally was a bottom. I gave up trying to find the bottom. I was trying all morning and I kept getting stopped out. And then I gave up trying to find the bottom. And here we are. It looks like the bottom may have been found for the day.
Looks like it.
So we're at 230. That may be it. But man, I've been hurt so much today. I don't know if I want to press on this. I ended up selling the natural gas for a profit, UNG. Let's see what I can delete here to add Best Buy. I sold.
Everything's starting to curl up here, but I mean,
I see.
In terms of today, it has a long way of coming back, especially with a lot of these names down over 10%.
Got some nice relative strength in Kodak.
Oh, that had relative strength earlier too.
I gotta find something to delete here. Next door. Do I need next door? Yeah,
I really want to see it close on the daily for Kodak over the 20-day moving average, though it's struggled to get over that.
Okay, so now let's organize some of these things that are showing relative strength. Oops. All right, so GameStop, Best Buy, who knows? Maybe they're working on a deal. Really nice strength in GameStop this afternoon. Kodak, very strong after really significant news back on January 26th, which kind of went unnoticed. So that's good. Who knows? If we close above this 20 DMA, 748, maybe we'll have a nice run towards the end of the week, towards $8 finally. So I still own this. I reduced my position after the news, but I didn't sell it. If anyone knows what the Fannie news is, let me know. There is Fannie news out, obviously, looking at that chart. But yeah, I'm kind of heavy right now in Lockheed and RTX and oil, so I'm looking to reduce that by end of day. And I'm playing, at this point, I think I'm going to hold a big position of Berna into tomorrow morning's earnings report. I usually don't, but the risk reward is just too good down here, and I don't know. I think at the least you can pop to 1368 tomorrow morning when they report their earnings. So I think I'll have an opportunity. If I wanted to reduce my common shares, I could do it around 1368 tomorrow morning rather than at 1236 now. That's my thinking right now. We'll see if it pops up sharply before 4 p.m. I'll reduce some. Also on call options on Berna. Wow, there must have really been something said on Fannie. If someone can find that news, we'd appreciate it. Can you check our Discord? Does anyone have
it's already in there. That's what I was saying. It's
what was it?
Pollute says ready to go to make public Fox business.
Fannie ready to go, he said?
Yep.
I wish I saw that earlier because I've been jumping on all those catalysts all year and it's always worked.
It didn't even move when I mentioned it earlier. That's what I said. That's why I said FNMA.
Oh, ready to go public, he says. I got to buy this. Yeah, it's pretty much worked for me all year. Every time there's been a catalyst. So I'm a little bit late here, but I added some right now. 870, looking at the daily chart. Could have another 50 cents in it to the 20 DMA tonight or tomorrow morning. I might swing this one overnight. All right, so we do have news on Fannie.
Why is mine? You're just showing. That's weird. Whoa. What you're showing for Fannie?
866.
Wow, I'm at 836.
Wait, which app?
Weeble.
Do you pay for this OTC? You may have to have a separate subscription for real-time OTC data.
What is it, like the $2.90? I don't know. I pay for whatever the.
No, I mean they have so many different. I pay for like 3 or 4 different subscriptions at Weeble.
You have like 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think you have to pay for OTC separate. I pay for futures separate.
Yeah, I have that.
Oh man, oil's coming down.
So it's 2:40 now. We have 20 minutes till the next. Yeah, Neil saying Bill was mentioning it on Fox Business.
So looks like the bottom may be in for the day. Also seeing some of the fear come out of the market with oil dropping here. Man, I may have to sell Lockheed here. I have too much oil. I have too much war hedge right now between Lockheed and RTX and oil.
Yeah, USO selling off now.
Yeah, that's not good for me at the moment. Okay, I'll keep the RTX. Am I in RTX common or just options? I don't remember. Just in
RTX doesn't look bad to curl up.
Yeah, I'm in the $200 weekly calls right now in RTX.
It's bouncing back over the 20-day moving average on the daily, so that's nice. Normally bounces off that nicely. You saw that back on 1926, January 9th. Bounce back above it.
Am I gonna try AMPX? I've tried finding the bottom in AMPX like 3 times today, and then I got stopped out. Mentally stopped out. Am I gonna try it again here? Maybe. I think I'm gonna try it again.
You know what we didn't? What was the low today on RD? 1050 and 957 was the low.
On what?
RDW.
Oh. Did it, is
Look at
it
this
coming?
W bottom forming in this. You see that? That's
I'm looking
great.
for it. RDW, yeah, a lot of things bottoming it out. All right, so I step back into AMPX. Third time today trying to find the low on that one. Nice movement in GameStop and BBY. Yeah, you're right. They have the same chart. So something could be going on over there.
All right, now he's saying it's ready for IPO. Decision up to Trump. May sell 2.5 to 5% stake for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac.
Ready for IPO. Okay, I think I'll swing that into tomorrow.
It's good news. Let's see what
I'm in some Snap 650 calls for earnings tonight. I might even pick up some common right before the close on Snap.
What was that level you marked for Bitcoin? It was 72 what?
74, and then if it broke 74, the next level, let's see, it did break 74. So no, I did not have 72 as my next. My next level I think was 69. Where was it? Let me see where I had that. I think it was 69 after 74. And we gotta go to the weekly. 74. I can't find it for some reason now, but I think I had said 69 to 70. But no matter, I'm not playing this at all. We're just watching. I'm just watching this from the sidelines. So yeah, but that's not a great look on the 200 moving average. The weekly moving averages. All right, burn is starting to come back. GameStop, everything. Looks like lows could be in. Look at Kodak, guys, for a potential close over 748. Then all we need is a CEO to show up on Marie Bartiromo again and give an update on pharma. And then maybe we can run to 8. So I have not given up on this trade. Man, I wish I saw the news on Fannie earlier. AMPX maybe finally starting to turn around. Just a bloodbath today, man. Just a bloodbath. I'm not in GameStop now, but it's looking good. Let's see if there's any call option activity on Kodak. No activity. I think I have some Kodak calls though. Let me see. Kodak, yeah, I'm in February 750s. Ooh, which I'm down on big. Oh, and I have a lot of them too. Let's see. Maybe that'll work soon. Here goes Fannie. How do you not buy Fannie here? To me, this is something you want to overnight swing. Yeah, if I don't get a big move in Fannie over 9 today, I think I'm going to swing the whole position. So finally getting some relief here. Finally getting some relief here today. I got to be cognizant of my oil position though. And RTX. Hanging in there. I'm all out of Lockheed at this point. I actually did make a profit because I was in early after the news. AMPX finally on the move. Snap on the move. How much are those 650 calls now? 32 cents. But I think I'm in February 13th, 38 cents. Let me see. Yeah. I got a 0.5% position. I think that's enough on those call options. Wow, Kodak, man. That's something, guys. Out of the blue, a little sneak attack, relative strength today. Maybe this
Yeah,
is
look at
going to be
that.
it tomorrow.
That
We
chart
get a
looks
close
good. I
above
mean, we're getting above it.
748. And they had some really good news we covered here on January 26th, expanding their shift to pharmaceuticals, pharmaceutical manufacturing, some very significant news. So maybe this is going to be it. Let's close above 748 and we can run tomorrow. We're pretty close to it. Our interview is in 10 minutes.
Yep, 13 minutes at 3 p.m.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to need to take a 2-minute break before that. Dude, I'm tempted to go bigger position in Fanny. I mean, how do you not buy Fanny? What was his exact words? Can you find it?
I don't have his exact words. This is coming from the Discord.
I have a 12% position in Fanny right now. I got in late, man, at 870. But this can move to, this can go. I mean, if this is pretty, if he says IPO is ready, I don't think we've ever been this far along, this definitive of a statement. So, I mean, who knows? This can be up 20% tomorrow, possibly. A couple green shoots here right now. You know, I am going to hold. Okay, this is, I guess, risky because but I'm going to hold some Snap into the after hours. They've had a series of good earnings reports. So I just added some Snap here at 6:04. See if I can flip that quickly in after hours. I think I'm betting the headlines will be good. The ultimate reaction, difficult. There's a lot of sell the news right now, but the initial movement may be to the upside. Oh, wow. Lockheed Martin. Good thing I got out of that, but RTX not helping. Uh-oh. All right. What was said about Iran now? What was the latest? Someone have something on Iran? Talks are back on or something?
Oh, man, this is never ending.
I know. This is just crazy. Look at this. How do you trade
All
this?
right, let me see.
This is just retarded. Tough market.
All right, yeah, I got it. You there?
Yeah, what happened?
Nuclear talks with the United States are scheduled to be held in Moscow on 10 a.m. Friday.
I mean, but that was before. Any pushback versus the cancellation?
Wait, hold on. Here's the latest. Open. Let me see. Trump, I'm hearing that Iran wants to restart the new program. If that's the case, we'll send the forces to do the job again. They tried to go back to the site, but they couldn't access it. We discovered that we wanted to open up a nuclear site in another part of the country. I said, you do that, we'll be very bad. That was earlier. Why is this always recirculating
Yeah,
now?
something just happened at a minute and a half ago. Yeah, this is super tough trading.
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
right here. Yeah, just what I said. It's nuclear talks 10 a.m. Back on, I guess.
Where do you see that in our Discord?
In the Discord, yeah. Yeah, that's what I saw as well. That was the latest, and that's what everyone's tweeting on right now.
I don't know. That's crazy. Craziness. All right, now I'm getting caught up in that because I got a lot of USO calls. Oh shit, not fun for me. Damn, I made a lot on USO and then I gave it all up. Look at that, and you can see that from the chart too. There you go. Made a lot on USO, gave it all up. Damn it. Tough day, man. Really tough day. Whew. My. Fanny's setting up for a further move tomorrow on this news. Uh,
All right, it's 2:52. You wanna?
yeah, I gotta take a few minutes. I finally got AMPX bottom, I think. This time I bought at 1235, 9% position. But it's just a drop in the bucket, man. Drop in the bucket compared to what was lost this morning. Kodak is really trying to do its thing here. 748. All right, give me a few minutes. Rhett, you can take over for a few minutes.
Sounds good.
I'll be right back. And don't forget, after the interview, here's fresh. It says plans for U.S.-Iran nuclear talks in Oman on Friday are back on after several Arab and Muslim leaders urgently lobbied the Trump administration Wednesday afternoon not to follow through on threats to walk away. Two U.S. officials told me they asked us to keep the meeting and listen to what the Iranians have to say. We have told the Arabs that we will do the meeting if they insist, but we're very skeptical, one U.S. official said. A second U.S. official said the Trump administration agreed to take the meeting with the Iranians to be respectful of the requests of U.S. allies in the region and in order to continue pursuing the diplomatic track. Really weird, man. I don't know if this is bluffing and buying time before they attack, or if Trump truly wants some sort of diplomatic solution. I've been wrong on this a lot lately. So we'll see. All right, I'll be right back.
All right, with that, let's see. Someone put a comment in here. Yeah, it is all optics. Yep. Let's see what other stuff you have. ASTS bouncing off the 97.61, previous low earlier before it started ripping up around 98. Now 104. Upcoming launches for ASTS towards the end of February, so keep that in mind. After it got beat up, almost down 14% today, climbing back only down 9. Let's see other stuff. Tesla. Oh wow, Tesla did get all the way down to 400 today, guys. Tesla got down to 399.18 at the low. And since then, it's bounced up and is curling back up. Looks like the majority of stuff is curling up here. Reddit, the SPY's coming back, trying to get back over this 608 level that we talked about. If we broke before, where we would head down to 600. That was on Benzinga this morning. Me and Ben were talking about that. So let's see if we get back above that. That'd be nice. Maybe continuation and get a little pop up tomorrow. For the indices, yeah, look at that. Now SPY is back over the 50-day moving average. In terms of the Qs, they're nowhere near that yet. 50-day moving average for them is 618.85 right now. Let's see, any comments? Yeah, lost them. Others, let's check out gold. Curling up a little bit. Google, let's see if we're gonna get any runs. Let's check out Snap. Snap curling up a little bit. Kodak. Wow, Kodak. That chart is looking great. Right there, 748. Right at 748 now. I'd love to see a close over the 20-day moving average on Kodak. That would be amazing to see. Red wire bounce off 950. That was a great pickup, especially long term. What's other ones that we were watching today? Then we had Anheuser-Busch. BUD is the ticker. Showed very strong relative strength today compared to the market. Same with Walmart. Things been a beast. Let's see. Where is... Ben will be back here in a minute, and then we have the interview starting at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So coming up here very shortly. At USO. Here we go. Caught up. See, it did have that. I'm not sure why it wasn't showing. GME is looking great, guys. I think we break these highs here. 25.15 for today. And then going to have some resistance around 25.25, as you see there for GME. Anything else? Looks like RTX is trying to get back above the 20-day moving average. It's teetering on it now on the daily chart. The Qs are getting back above. The indices are getting back above that key level, especially QQQ. Starting to curl up here. Things aren't looking as bad. Almost an $8 move from the bottom here on the Qs from this morning. And Ben will be back here momentarily. We have 2 minutes until our CEO interview with CDZI kicks off. Oh, Andy's back. ONDS coming back as well. Check that out.
Orbital data centers. I see that news here in our Discord. I mean, is Redwire going to come back? It already did. Where are we at here on Redwire? Should I try it again? Is the bottom in? Are we going to get a relief bounce for half a day tomorrow? I'm wondering if I should get back in our early morning plays for swinging to tomorrow. I did that with AMPX. Maybe I'll try Redwire here, but it's just a tough day to.
All right, we have less than 1 minute now until we kick off the interview.
Okay.
Change this banner here really quick. There we go.
Okay, so let me get to. All right, so this is going to be ticker symbol CDZI. So we're going to be doing this interview till 3:30. Stick with us on the other side. We're going to continue live trading at 3:30 through about 5 p.m. So we get the after hours action, and we're going to cover those earnings reports on Snap, Google, Wolf, Qualcomm, ARM, Symbiotic, and ELF. All right. So stay with us on the other side. And I guess when 3 o'clock hits, right, you can hit that countdown for us.
Sounds good.
Look at Kodak, guys. Kodak
48. It needs to hold above.
Breaking. This could be great for tomorrow.
All right, I'm gonna hit that countdown.
Good afternoon. Welcome, Susan Kennedy, CEO of Cadiz. You have good timing, Susan, because if you were here like an hour or two ago, we were all freaking out about the market crashing, and now things have recovered, so we can calm down and focus a little bit.
Hey, timing is everything. Good to be here, Ben.
Awesome. All right, great. So CDZ, how do you say it? Is it Cadiz? Is that how you pronounce the name of the company?
That's the way I pronounce it.
Cadiz. All right. Well, that's the way we're going.
Cadiz.
Cadiz. That's great. So new company to us. So our community. I'd like to start before we get into what Cadiz does. I'd like to get a little bit about your background. I guess you're the chairman and CEO. So tell us kind of when you joined the company, why you joined the company, and we'll take it from there.
Great. Well, I joined the company as chair of the board about 4.5 years ago in 2021, and I became the CEO about 2.5 years ago. I spent most of my career in politics and government. I was Governor Schwarzenegger's chief of staff when he was governor of California. I was the deputy chief of staff and cabinet secretary to the previous governor. Water and energy are the two biggest, hairiest issues that I've ever had to deal with in 30 years in government. And it was my job in those positions to get the biggest, hairiest projects like infrastructure, big infrastructure across the finish line. And so today I've just been handed this incredible opportunity with this company right at a time when energy and water are the two of the most, valuable resources, and the infrastructure is the key to unlocking those resources. So I'm kind of fortunate to be where I am today.
Okay, great. That was 4.5 years ago. And let's see here. So that was can you tell us a little bit about why you decided to, I know you gave us the background that you had with Schwarzenegger and government, but what did you see in this company that you decided to come on and take the position there 4.5 years ago?
It's the biggest sleeper issue in our economy, because for up until kind of very recently, most people think of water as something you turn on the tap and you make your coffee with in the morning. You don't think about the trillions of dollars in infrastructure that's required to capture, store, move, treat, and deliver water. But it is a massive, massive foundation of our economy around the world, right? And access to affordable, clean water is probably the single biggest climate challenge the world's going to face in the next 10 years. And we're seeing that play out in the Southwest, in particular, in the West, but particularly in the Southwest, where the most high intensity water and energy industries, data centers, critical minerals, they're all very high energy, very high water intensity.
Oh, can you educate me on this a little bit? I know about the energy requirements for data centers. What about the water needs? I didn't know about that.
Huge. I mean, most of the technology they're using for cooling these facilities requires a lot of water, right? And it's and water is used in the processing for critical mineral mining as well. But so there are some nascent technologies for air cooling, and I don't know if they're really nascent technologies, but the least expensive way to do it right now is through cooling with water, massive amounts of water. Right?
Wow. Okay, cool. We'll get more into that in a bit. But before I go on to my next set of questions, are you able, I'd love to know if you do have a vested interest, whatever you have, or any incentives you have. I'd like to know what your incentives are, and if they're aligned with shareholders, whatever you can tell us, that'd be great.
Yeah, when I took over as CEO a couple of years ago, I structured my agreement with the company that I would be paid mostly in stock, because I believe in it that much, and I think I'll make a hell of a lot more money that way. But also because I want everyone, the entire executive team, to have our incentives aligned with shareholders, and so yeah, I think I'm about a little over 1% of the company today, I think, but I get paid mostly in stock.
Okay, awesome. All right, so now let's get a little bit more into Cadiz. I will actually, let me briefly show the chart to folks so we know what we're talking about here. So here's a stock. It's CDZI. Just at a glance, I can see that you've had a good year. Great reaction, sold the earnings report. So we're working with a real company here, so that's good. So what can you tell us specifically? Now we know it's about water, but exactly what does Cadiz do with water? How do you guys make money?
Yeah, I mean, let me talk about where we are at the stock for a second. I mean, it's a really volatile week for us, and I think it's in part because, fortunately, we picked up an additional sell-side analyst earlier this week. Unfortunately, there was language included that I think might be misconstrued, leaving people with the impression that we're about to raise more capital. And I want to be clear: we are raising project capital this year, and we're very far along in that process we're raising that project capital through a special purpose entity, and we can also access additional capital under existing credit agreement with a major tribe that we signed to partner with us on this. So for that and working capital. So I hate to see the share price at these levels, but we're not in the process of raising equity capital, and the share price is kind of irrelevant to us as our currency right now. But unfortunately, it's taken a hit.
Right. Okay. I'll ask you more questions about that in a bit. I do have some more questions about that. But before that, so let's talk about, one thing you can see from the chart is that you're a real company reacting well to earnings. It had a good last 12 months here before the last few days. So what do you do with water? How are you guys making money?
So We are one of the only, if not the only, water solutions company that has integrated assets that we can integrate. So water typically was built by the utility industry, right? Where you have ratepayers and you build big infrastructure and they bake those into their costs. And you can see, if you Google any rates, anything about water rates in California, you see massive increase. The whole affordability issue that's rocking us politically at a national level is taking place at electricity rates and now water rates, right? And that's because of the way we have historically funded major infrastructure in the United States. What's happening, where we come in, is that we have water supply. We have water storage capability, large scale. We have pipelines so we can move the water. And we bought a treatment company a couple of years ago. So we can now provide a vertically integrated solution that's tailored for any service area that we can serve. Nobody can say that.
So what is that geographical area that you service?
So I don't know if you can see this map behind me, but this is a Southwest. You got Los Angeles down over here. But this is a 2,000 square mile watershed. It's massive, half the size of LA County, and all the water collects in this watershed. We're here. Our ranch is 45,000 acres at the base of this watershed. So there's 1,000 years of water that's already in the watershed, and the water has no place to go but crossing our well field right at this place called Fenner.
So that's underground water from rain, basically?
Yep. Exactly.
Interesting.
So it fell, the New York mountains and the Providence Mountains are at 7,200, 7,500 foot elevation. And we're down here. Our Cadiz ranch is down at 900 foot elevation. So it's like a bathtub on its side, collecting water over thousands of years.
Wow.
Yeah. And the only place that water can go is across our well field at Fenner Gap.
Okay.
So it's massive.
And then you collect that water there. Then how far do the pipelines? How is it distributed? Truck pipelines?
So water mostly trades on paper, right? So if I have something like 30 million acre feet of water. A foot of water is how you measure water. It's 1 acre, 1 foot deep. To put that in context, the largest reservoir in the United States is Lake Mead. That's up near Las Vegas. The design capacity of Lake Mead is 28 million acre feet of water. And it's only half full because of climate change. It's never going to be full again, right? I have 30 to 50 million acre feet of water already in storage. So it's twice the size of the largest reservoir in the US. So if water trades on paper, that means that water from our aquifer that can be put through a new pipeline we're going to build along the railroad tracks that can get to metropolitan Los Angeles can be traded for water that's over in Lake Mead and the Colorado River that can go to Arizona. So we can serve as literally a bank that's fully capitalized, that water can trade between Arizona and California.
Without actually transporting it?
Well, it's like, I'm going to let water go. I'm going to take say LA is going to take water from our bank because it's closer. And then Arizona is going to take water from Lake Mead and the Colorado River, which is closer to them. And LA and Arizona would trade that water on paper. And that's the way water trades.
Very
it's really expensive to move water. So you want to move water where it's cheapest to go. We are just uniquely located in a place where we can actually provide that exchange bank between the different systems.
In that local area where it's physically transported, is that via pipeline, any on trucks, or how's that?
Pipelines.
It's all pipelines.
So, and that's what makes us unique, is that we have a reservoir that's an underground reservoir that's already in the ground, already there. We have water that's already there. We bought pipelines that are already in the ground. So instead of having to build a 200-mile pipeline to reach our aquifer, we bought a pipeline that was built for oil 30 years ago, and it's already in the ground. It was converted to gas in the 1980s. El Paso Natural Gas converted it to gas in the 1980s. We bought an empty section of pipe that's a 200-mile section that we have to build just pumping stations, but that means that that moving our water is going to be a hell of a lot less expensive because I don't have to build a big, huge canal. Right. And then we also have we bought a right of way along the Arizona-California railroad track where we can build a new pipeline right in that railroad track. So I don't need a new permit to build through the desert. I can build it within the existing right. We own that right of way. And I bought the Keystone pipeline. You know, the Keystone?
I heard of it. You bought it?
I bought it.
What do you mean you bought it?
There's 180 miles of steel sitting in North Dakota that was supposed to be used for the pipeline. And when that got canceled, 180 miles of steel was available. So I bought it.
You bought it, or the Cadiz bought it?
Cadiz bought it.
Cadiz bought it.
I didn't make that much, and my stock price isn't high enough for me to pay that yet.
So what are you going to do with all that steel?
I'm going to use it to build a new pipeline system
Wow.
to connect us to the Colorado River aqueduct.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Do you just have like one corporate location over there, or where's everyone
Our
located?
headquarters is in LA, is in downtown LA. But
Downtown
we spend most of our time out in the Inland Empire, out in the desert.
Uh-huh.
But
So interesting. And how many employees do you have?
not enough. I've got, I think, 5 full-time and then about 4 that are on contract that operate pretty much full-time. But
Wow. So these, like, the water just naturally flows through the pipelines. There's not much work that has to be done with that.
well, when we have to build pumping stations to get it up from our ranch to go north.
Yeah.
When we build the new pipeline going south, that's gravity fed, so that's a lot. No pump stations. That'll be a lot less. But the one going north will take a lot of a lot of power.
So where's this water going to currently? The end customers? Is it any of it going to data centers? Is it going to residents? Where's it going?
Right now, we're using it on farms. So we have the largest farming operation out there. We've got several thousand acres of farming, and they bought this. It was really cool. The founders of the company identified this water resource using NASA satellite imaging in the 1980s, and it took them 15 years to find all this land, buy it up, and then do the land swaps with the federal government and the railroad to get as much of it contiguous right there at Fenner Gap. And then they started farming to perfect the water rights. And so we're the largest farming operation out there today. When the pipelines and the pump stations are built, we'll then reduce our farming, and then we're actually going to use some for hydrogen I want to tell you about, but then we'll be exporting the water through newly built pipelines to be able to serve all these communities that are in the areas of Southern California and be able to be traded for water that's in Arizona, where they desperately need new affordable water supply.
Okay. And how do you, is there a place we can keep track of the cost of water? Like how much you're getting paid? Does it change every day, or is it contractual?
It's the public agencies that buy water to serve their communities, they buy many years in advance. So they pay long-term contracts, right? And so we've got 85% of our northern pipeline is under contract, long-term 30, 40-year contracts, and we'll get paid when we're delivering water on those contracts. Same will happen with the southern pipeline, is that those contracts will be done. And then other agencies will come in and buy water that's in storage, or they'll buy storage where they can park their surplus water during wet years. Where was I going with your question? I can't remember what you asked me.
I was trying to figure out if, like, as an investor, we can track the price of water. Like, how do we know how you're doing in between quarters? Any clues, or just got to
I mean, our contracts are public. We filed them with SEC, and the water price is in the $850 an acre foot year, firm delivery. That's on the high side. Not today. Any new water supply you see today is going to be a lot more than that. But then you have to add on the operating costs and the transportation costs and the CapEx costs. So you're probably talking all in, and that's what's available in contracts like mine. If you did public agency, if you looked up some of these public agencies, you're talking about $1,600 an acre foot for my water. If you look up the new water supply being built by the public agencies all throughout the Southwest, desalination projects, the big recycling projects, you're talking about $4,000 an acre foot. It's new. All the cheap water supply is gone. And so our water is actually, because our infrastructure costs are so much lower, our water supply is going to be a lot lower than others. But you look at all the data centers and everybody in Arizona looking for new water supply, they're talking the cost is in the thousands of dollars an acre foot.
So you mentioned this new project, the new pipeline you want to build. Is that geared towards that? These data centers and higher?
No,
acre
we've been building this groundwater bank knowing who is going to need the water for 20, it takes 20 years to build anything in California, right?
Oh.
And every project goes through permitting and litigation and, years and years of opposition and litigation. We have 20 years in the rear view mirror. So we went through all of that.
Okay.
But at the end, it's really a right place, right time story. We've got, Arizona is where the water is needed. California has all the water it needs. I don't know if you've seen any recent maps, but California is out of drought for the first time in 25 years. It's just that the water's falling differently than it has for the last 1,000 years. It's not falling and staying as snow in the mountains. It's falling as torrential rain. So they can't capture it in the reservoirs. So and all of our systems, I spent 30 years in state government, right? I know how all the emergency systems are designed. It's designed to take floodwaters and push it out to the ocean. That's how our infrastructure was built, to protect against flooding from these atmospheric rivers. Well, water in California is coming in trains of atmospheric rivers that are falling in areas where they can't capture it. So California we do not have a water supply problem. That's a really important point, that we don't have a water scarcity problem. We have the same amount of water on the planet that we've had for 4 billion years. Water doesn't leave the planet, doesn't evaporate into space. It just changes shape from the water, from the ocean. It evaporates. It then comes down as snow and rain and then goes back to the ocean, right? Our entire infrastructure around the world was built around snowpack, because that's nature's natural place. It stores water during, 4 or 5 months of the year. And then when it melts, it was channeled down into aqueducts, channeled down into reservoirs, and then into these man-made distribution systems, right? Well, if those aqueducts were built in the wrong place, the water is moved. You have tens of billions of dollars of infrastructure investment in order to capture, store, and move water today. That's the crisis that's being faced in the Southwest. It's not a water supply problem. It's a water infrastructure problem.
Okay, so you mentioned this project capital. Is that how you kind of take the company to the next level? I see here your revenue's been steadily growing. You're at about $4 million, a little over $4 million a quarter in revenue. So how do you get to that next level? Is it related to this new project you're doing?
Yeah. But we're moving all of the capital costs for the project itself into an SPV, an LLC. That's where the tribe comes in as our primary investor. That makes it a public-private partnership, because the tribe is a public agency. And then we will we'll finance the LLC we've got infrastructure funds, major water infrastructure funds, that want to come in, and the rest of it will be, call it about $1 billion project, half debt, half equity, half debt. And we can access very low cost municipal financing, because we have long-term contracts to back it. And then there's a bunch of grants that are available at the federal and state level, which just increase the returns. So it's a very lucrative investment for project investors. So we get those costs and for the project itself into its own SPVs. So Cadiz, as the parent, if you will have segments that throw off free cash flow from storage, from water supply, from the treatment company is a standalone segment throwing off cash. And then the last one we didn't talk about is the land itself. We're building the largest hydrogen production facility in California at the ranch, where we signed a deal with RIC Energy, a Spanish company, and they're in the permitting process now. But we'll be able to. So we'll have a couple of thousand acres of solar. We've got green hydrogen, basically, and we'll be able to tap into the green hydrogen for our own. They can drop the product into rail lines.
Do you own all this land, or it's a lease from the state?
Cadiz owns 45,000 acres.
Wow.
And we're the largest out there. And then we're surrounded by mostly public lands. We're the only, right below us where it's evaporating, there are companies mining we're for salt and other minerals just below us. But
Mhm.
other than that, but they're below us. So like our water supply comes from above.
Mhm.
And so we don't, we're the only landowner out there.
So this $1 billion project, did it start yet? How long will it take to complete?
We have spent a ton of money on buying and building out the assets. So the well field, the technology company, and some of the pipeline assets. But the big construction dollars are going to start in the next quarter. And so we're focused on completing the project finance entity where we can draw down other people's money,
Mhm.
and we'll be raising project capital, the rest of the project capital, and we're in very, very late stages of diligence on that. So we should be able to. We're expecting to close in the next, 8 weeks.
Okay, and then how?
Sorry.
I said, how long will that project take to complete?
The Northern Pipeline will come online first. We're aiming on being in construction this year, so we can bring that online in 2027, delivering water. And then the second one is a longer build because that's a new pipeline. So we're aiming to have that online in 2028.
Okay.
And that's an important time frame in terms of Arizona, Nevada, California on the Colorado River, because most agencies won't have any water in storage beyond a year or two. So the current drought in the Colorado is going to be painful. So we really want to get that Southern Pipeline operational as soon as we can.
Okay, so it's like 2 phases, 2 parts to this, 2027.
Yeah, the Northern Pipeline will go online first.
Yeah. Okay. All right, that's pretty quick. It's not like years and years of construction. So you mentioned this project capital raising through the SPV. You made a point to say that's not related to your common equity. Can you just describe a little bit more how that works?
Yeah, it's the physical assets will be put into the LLC. So if you think of it as a pipeline company, right? It's been done a lot in the gas and oil industry, like an MLP, Master Limited Partnership Structure. This is not going to be an MLP; it'll be an LLC. But the equity investors will come in and own the pipeline assets, and then we'll be a minority shareholder of the partnership, and so we'll take promote and proceeds from that as we develop the project, in addition to direct revenues from the sale of water and storage through our to our company.
Okay, so there's no dilution of common shareholders.
Not with the project financing.
Got it. Okay. And let's get a little bit into the financials of the current business, right? Not the new project, but how's that look like? This $4 million a quarter, is that in terms of, are you profitable yet? Near profitability? What's that for you?
I don't think we're profitable yet, but getting the project costs off our balance sheet was the key, and then the revenue that we're generating is from the treatment business. And we bought this company for $2 million 3.5 years ago. They build up in Hollister, California. And it's already thrown off, 15 gross cash flows with $4 million in EBITDA. So, I have enormous confidence in what that segment is going to do for us down the road, because water is not just about like infrastructure, but the need for treatment is global. It's huge. And so I see our ability to scale that. Right now, it's where we are building the pipeline for that segment. So I expect it to grow at double digits, and there could be some exponential growth in there if we get to licensing some of the technology.
Okay, so I mean, in the meantime, I've seen your revenue has been growing pretty consistently and pretty quickly. It looks like quarter over quarter. How's that growth happening? Is that like step ups in the contract pricing that was predetermined?
No, but the margins are really good. The margins are really excellent on this, but we had one very, very large project. There was a bit of a pig in a python last year. So we're building one of the largest treatment facilities in Utah. And so that was a pretty quick step up. And then we're filling the pipeline for new projects behind it at a very good clip. But they get the cash flows come when we deliver the built product. And so, I don't think that, I'm not sure that step up is going to be replicable in a linear line over the first couple of years of this company, but it can. We have one pig in the python there that moved it up very quickly, but we're seeing phenomenal margins and phenomenal opportunity in terms of growth rate.
So then, this is all new to me. I'm glad you came here. I know nothing about the water business. And so what is the opportunity for a common shareholder here at $5? How do we make our money back? Is it dividends at the end of the day? Is there a buyout looming? How do you look at fair value here? What's the opportunity for someone to come in?
I think the immediate opportunity is we are a deep, deep value play. I mean, we're an asset-based company, right? And so we've been around for 20 years. We probably shouldn't have been a public company, but that's how they kept the company financed for all these decades. Mm-hmm. And the share price has gone up and down based upon, how close we were to actually getting the permits that were needed. We've got 20 years of litigation on the permits in the rearview mirror now. So those are rock solid. So now it's about development risk, and we're minimizing that, and we see clear sailing. So the value, and it's not reflected in our stock price today. But what's so unique about this is that water has only become more valuable over time. I mean, this water would have been $250 an acre foot 20 years ago. Now it's $1,500 on the spot market. It would be $2,000 an acre foot. So the water has become so much more valuable just in the last even decade because of what's happened with climate change and the growth in AI, the growth in these water intensive industries. We're just a very, very deep value play. So that's the first opportunity. We do have preferred out there that have dividends. We have the option to buy them out, which I would do when we have the cash flow to do that. But I think the immediate is really that our stock is so undervalued at the moment because most investors don't understand the water industry. That's part of the reasons we're talking to you today, is that we've got great institutional investors, but the need for more understanding of why water is it's a sleeper investment, but there's $1 trillion in need out there. And so the companies that are solving those problems, water tech companies, water treatment companies, water infrastructure companies, that's where a lot of this is going to play out. And we're just a unique animal in that space.
Got it. Okay, great. So come to near the end of our time. I always like to close out with if there's any catalysts that investors can look forward to, whether it's, I don't know, your next earnings call or this project financing. You mentioned something about eight weeks for the project financing. If you can just list like maybe the major catalysts coming up that investors can look forward to over the next quarter or two, that'd be great.
I think we have a lot of things in motion from last year in terms of the project finance. A lot of different things that they will as they close, they'll be announced between now and the next 8 weeks. But we kind of expect the whole thing to wrap up then. But you'll see some announcements that show construction progress, some of the contracting and stuff. That just shows you momentum that we are that things are moving forward. So, and then when we close the project finance will be the big catalyst. But I think the fact that we're moving forward with construction is the biggest indicator that this is a big deal and it's coming.
Right. Okay. Sounds great. We learned a lot today. Any final thoughts that you wanted to mention I didn't ask you?
I think you asked it all. I just, come back to the opening, which is we were very grateful to pick up new analyst coverage, and we picked one up earlier this year. We don't want to leave anybody with the misimpression that we're in the process of raising equity capital right now. So that's, we're raising project capital that should not affect the stock.
Got it. Message received. We'll look into this new stock for a watch list. Thank you so much, Susan, for joining us. And everyone else, stay tuned. We're going to continue live trading till 5 p.m.
Thanks, Ben.
You. Yep. Bye-bye. Well, there you have it. A new company for you to look at, CDZI. dropped pretty precipitously there from 7 to a little under 5, and it looks like they wanted to get the word out that there's not going to be equity dilution here. That's the opportunity. I think that's the message ultimately they wanted to get out there, folks. A little misunderstanding with that project capital. So, Rhett, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, definitely. Next time we bring her on, I think I want to ask her about just the space sector in general. Not so much AI infrastructure and I mean all these data centers that we're going to need, but also space. I mean, whenever they're launching these rockets, I mean, and testing the rockets, I mean, you have SpaceX in California and a bunch of other of these huge companies out there, and they use lots of water. I know Blue Origin here, because I'm on the East Coast in Florida, they're right down the road from me, and they're trying to dump over 500,000 gallons of wastewater each time they launch every single day, pretty much. So that's something to also consider too. That's a lot of water just Blue Origin themselves will be putting out there. So I'm interested to see if they're going to be playing that as well.
Very, very interesting stuff. All right. By the way, always feel free to jump in from the backstage if you have any questions. I don't mind being interrupted. Let's go back into our live trading here. Man, I was looking, I couldn't do anything about it because I was doing the interview, but I saw RTX really pop. I got $200 call options, which they went all the way to, where'd they go to? 176 at one point, 162. They're volatile. Look at this. 76. These things are moving like 100% of the time if you can catch it. But in any case, RTX USO, that's my current war hedges. Let's look at some relative strength. See some big moves in, you know what? Really, this OPTX has been insane. I mean, I put a swing alert out on this a couple days ago, and it promptly like went up 20%, and I got out quickly, and I missed a lot of the upside. But this is one of the biggest comebacks on my entire list today. This was down like 15% along with everything else, but it's down now only down 5%. One of the biggest comebacks here. I did step into AMPX. It looked like it was working out, now pull back. I increased my ONDS here at the end of the day. We'll see what happens with that. But my eyes are trained on Fannie and Kodak right now for swings into tomorrow. Look at this with Pulte saying they're IPO ready, is just waiting for the order from Trump. So I imagine you're going to get that. I don't know about the timing, but I think I'm going to swing this entire position of Fannie into tomorrow as that news trickles out tonight. We can maybe get a nice scalp at the open there. I think I got in at 870, only up 10 cents now, but maybe we can sell that well over $9 tomorrow morning at the open. So that's looking interesting for tomorrow. And Kodak, wow, where did this come from? Out of nowhere with the relative strength. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trading days after the news, it's finally showing some sort of sign that it could get a big pop tomorrow. All right. And this catalyst was huge, went kind of unnoticed, but, you know, look for the CEO to maybe show up on Maria Bartiromo or other media, financial media soon. And maybe that's the catalyst. Maybe someone knows that that's happening soon, but maybe that's the catalyst. I can finally get this stock towards that 50 DMA near $8. I've been in this since January 26. Been a little disappointing, but it hasn't fallen off too much. So nice relative strength. And maybe we pop tomorrow. Let's see if we can close above that 20 DMA. So I got my eyes on Kodak and on Fannie. Stepped into some AMPX trying to catch a low here. I don't know if we don't get it. I'm not sure I feel comfortable swinging too much ONDS and AMPX into tomorrow. I'm just trying to get maybe a little violent bounce back in these two names. Again, if I don't get it, like we did in OPTX here, if I don't get it, I may have to close those out today. So we got that, and I'm in the RTX and USO hedge. After hours, we'll talk about this in a second. All right, we got all the earnings. I'm in some Snap Common for the earnings report. I'm in Berna for the earnings report for tomorrow morning. Relative strength in GameStop and Best Buy. I'm currently not in it. Any other things jumping out at you, Rhett? Apple. Wow, look at that again. Wow, look at that moving Apple at the end of the day again. What's that?
Yeah, that is a nice move in Apple going towards the highs again.
I
This
missed
thing's
that.
been on tear since the
And Enphase
250s.
too. Enphase and SMCI. All those names that were strong in the morning, all of a sudden coming back. Enphase, SMCI, Apple. Whoa, even Intel. Big comeback in Intel. I took my loss on Intel, right? How about you?
Yeah, I took a loss on that. I wasn't
Oh
staying
my
around. So
gosh. I mean, I think it's the $50 call options, right, that we had.
I had the
So,
51s.
yeah.
Instead of a V-shaped recovery in Intel, that looks like a U-shaped recovery.
Yeah, a lot of comebacks this afternoon, but you had to time it just right to catch the bottom, which was not an easy task today.
Probably not.
So we're gonna get ready here for. I'm so tempted to increase my Kodak position, Rhett, into tomorrow. I'm really tempted. Let me see what my position size is now. I'm at 5% common, 1% calls. I guess that's sufficient. I mean, if the catalyst were yesterday or today, it'd be at 10, 15, 20%, but we're already 5-6 days from the catalyst, so I'm okay with just 5%, 1% on Kodak, even though it's setting up pretty nice. All right, so we got these ERs after the close: Snap, Google, Wolf, Qualcomm, ARM, Elf, Symbiotic. So bear with me. I'm gonna have to do a little. I'm gonna go through the same process I go through every day for Discord when we have earnings. It's a little bit crazy. It's very fast paced. There's a lot of guesswork. I like to act fast when I see a headline, and then investigate. So I'm willing to take a quick loss if I like the headline. I'll get a starter position. I'm just telling you how I trade. All right, and then dig a little deeper. And if I don't like it, I'll take a quick loss. And if I do like it, I'll add more. Okay, so I'm very big in after hours trading and trying to catch big quick moves if I like the headlines. And again, then digging deeper and doing more, doing less once I dig a little deeper. So for me, that starts with pulling up the analyst estimates, which I'm doing right now for all of those stocks. And then separately, I'm going on Benzinga right now and on my other monitor, and I'm setting up a custom newsfeed right now as we speak with those stocks in specific, because if you have your whole newsfeed, it's just too much information. So we're going to narrow down to ARM and ELF and Google and Qualcomm, and a lot of times they're all coming at the same time. So I'm going to put precedence of Snap. I'm more interested in Snap than anything else because it has, if they have a good report, has the greatest potential for a quick percentage move. All right, so I got that news feed ready, and getting those analyst estimates from AI right now, but I always got to double check their work. So I'm going to go ahead and double check that work right now and see if it did the correct job. I'll do a spot check here and there and do about 3 spot checks. And if 3 spot checks are accurate, then I'll assume the rest is accurate. Sometimes makes mistakes and I got to push back on it. But let's see. Google, it's got correct. So it's got the Google estimates correct. Let's do Snap now. Snap estimates are correct, and I'll check ARM.
I'm gonna grab another water because I know we're gonna be here probably for a little while.
Yeah, and then ARM is correct. All right. So I have now my newsfeed set up. I have all my analyst estimates. Take a quick look at the daily charts. I mean, Snap has just been decimated. Google I own in the long term. Snap I have some shares and options in my trade account for this report. Wolf I don't really trade much. I'm probably not. I'm gonna put like Wolf and Qualcomm kind of at the bottom of the list. Elf I don't know much about, but I know our people in our community are into this because we talked about it for a January effect pick. So I'll have that there. Symbiotic I like at the 200 DMA. Ooh, do I own Symbiotic right now? Let me check. Let me see if I own Symbiotic. No, but you know what? Do I have cash available on my retirement account? Ooh, I do. Dude, I'm adding some Symbiotic. This is a robotics automation company. I'm gonna add some Symbiotic to my long-term account here. Okay, good. Got some Symbiotic now. As in my long-term account, not as a trade. I've been in that long-term before. Looks like I swung out of it at a good time, and now I'm back in. And ARM, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to trade Qualcomm or ARM either. Let me just, so I think Snap, Symbiotic, and Google, I think those are the most interesting ones to me. And then ARM after that. Yeah, Qualcomm, Elf, and Wolf, I don't care about as much. Google, Snap, Symbiotic, and ARM, I think, are the most interesting. So that's that ER list. We have the news feed ready to go. We have our analyst estimates ready to go. And man, I got shaken out of Intel earlier today. What a difficult day. Really, really difficult day. So I can use a big pop in RTX to make up for some of this craziness today, which didn't work out. And wow, Berna, this is a tough one, man, because I had intended to sell my Berna common shares before the report. We did not get an earnings anticipation run. I think I got to stay disciplined. I'm going to sell half, and I can always buy it back higher if they have an excellent report. So I'm selling half. Ross, if you're listening, you can do what you want, but you know, probably from this oversold position, it pops hard tomorrow morning when they report. But especially, yeah, but I just gotta follow some rules, and that 10% after it's already dropped a few percent, it's just too much. It's just too much for me to carry into an earnings report. So I just reduced that from 10% to 5%, and I have 1% or so in call options as well. Actually 1.5% on call options. So taking probably too much risk in this, to tell you the truth. I expected an earnings anticipation run, and we didn't get it. I expected the chance to be able to sell at least half of my position up here near the 20, and it didn't happen. So it puts me in a little bit of a bind here on Berna. Anyway, okay, not everything always works. You got to deal with some drawdowns and adversity from time to time. All right. I will be swinging this entire Fanny position overnight. And I added more too. Wow. I don't know if I'll swing the entire Fanny position. Let's see if I can get a little exit right before the close, because I got 16%. That's kind of high with the 871 average. So I'm in the profit. So I may reduce this a little bit before the close. That's kind of high. AMPX and ONDS, I step back into these. AMPX, I'm at 8%. That makes more sense. ONDS at 9%. That makes more sense. I think maybe I can swing these overnight. These daily charts are terrible. All of a sudden, a lot of daily charts broke, man, today. So it's a little bit scary seeing ONDS below the 50. AMPX is in a better situation, but it's still got room to the 20. And OPTX, I guess, was the one to buy the dip on. I was watching it all day, but I just did not pull the trigger, unfortunately. Let's see if there's any comments over here. Do you have one comment? Are you still holding? Someone just asked me that. Yeah, I'm holding all the options for burn 220. Yeah, I am, Natalie. I am, and who knows? I might get smoked. But after being down probably 10% or more today, I'm not even going to look yet. I mean, what's another 1.5%? Oh my God, on those call options I have. That sucks. Anyway, let's see. And Snap, no earnings anticipation run at the last second here. I think this has nothing to do with earnings, this big drop in Snap, and has to do with Spain following Australia's lead, making a push to ban social media apps for people under age 16. I think this is what the weakness is related to. Let me see what my position size is. It's 4% right now. 4%. Do I want to carry 4% into after hours? It's not terrible. You know what? I'll take that risk. I'll take a 4% into after hours risk on Snap. Whew, tough day, guys. Tough day. This is definitely the toughest day in ever since we opened our Discord 2 years ago, over 2 years ago, probably. Look at this Apple move. Totally missed this one. And Intel. Wow, Intel red to green. Wow, 47 to 49.43. Wow, I got shaken out here, guys. I got shaken out. I didn't have a big position coming into today, but what I had.
Yeah, I'm back.
Look at Intel shaken out, right?
What did you say?
Look at Intel. We got shaken out on Intel. Look at it's red to green, up $2.50 from the lows.
Yeah, I see that. Jeez.
Wow. Enphase back towards the highs. Wow, and SMCI too. Whew. What today was very challenging, man. I still cannot believe the weakness in defense tech today. And space, defense tech and space. I just cannot believe how they collapsed. And they have not recovered like Intel has.
No, they stayed down for the most part. They popped up a little, but
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, just since 2:30, just a little bit. Yeah, unfortunately.
wow. Yeah, look at Intel. Oh my.
Yeah, I have Intel in the retirement, but in the trade account, I probably could have done better on that. So, as I promised, I'm gonna sell a little bit of the Fanny. My position size too big for tomorrow. I'm at 16%. Let me bring that down to 10%. 871 average, so just a 5-cent scalp as I bring this position size down to something more reasonable. Come on, man. Oh, waiting for my position to update. It's not updating, man. Let's go. I just have to manually calculate this. I gotta sell another 2,000 shares. Okay. All right. So I'm taking Fanny down to 10%. 10% swing into tomorrow on Fanny. Okay. That's done. Wow. Look at Apple at the end of the day. Did he see this coming?
Let me see.
Wow. I totally missed that.
I mean, I knew it was going to show relative strength, but not this good. Not this run up, and especially seeing it up 3.5, almost 3.5% on a day like today is wild.
It's wild seeing Berna just get absolutely destroyed into the earnings report.
I
Burn
wonder,
and Snap. Look at these. Burn and Snap just destroyed. I mean, wow.
Curious to see what it's going to do around the 280 level. Strong resistance. If you break through that, probably can head to all-time highs. What's up, Dougie?
What's going on, guys? How are you?
Could be better. Probably my worst day in 2 years.
Oh, geez, that's not good.
It happens. I think
It
it's
definitely happens.
probably not alone. Today was crazy.
I can't believe Apple's back up its high a day again. That's insane.
I know. We were just talking about that.
I heard you talking about it. It's crazy. Absolutely insane. But that would have been trying to hang out for that all day. I mean, I pretty much sold it right around the top earlier, but it did go a little higher. Could you imagine hanging out all day to get that little spike at the end?
Who knew this would happen? That's crazy. Same thing with Intel. Intel, similar move.
That's crazy too, INTC.
Intel, similar move.
Pretty wild.
Wow.
Oh, we got some big earnings coming up, and I can't believe burn is down that much.
I know. Just
unless it's just going to pop, dip, and rip tomorrow, because tomorrow it's earnings. I was confused. I thought for some reason it was today. It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning. Let me get my printout. I'm going to get my printout with the analyst estimates. I'll be right back.
Cool. How is everybody? How you doing, Rhett?
Not too bad. My retirement account was looking very ugly today, if I'm being completely honest, but coming back a little bit.
Yeah, that ASTS and everything else got destroyed today. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't help when that's your largest holding. It's down almost 15% today.
Yeah.
So it's down 10%, a little over 10, almost 11%. A little comeback. We'll see. Still holding strong. I'm not gonna. That stock I'll hold and have diamond hands for. In terms of the other ones, not so much. Just seeing where I can readjust the portfolio, but leaving everything as is at the moment. But actually, my day trading account in the green today from QQQ puts.
No, yeah, you were murdering earlier. That's for sure.
Yeah, I got very fortunate with that, because if it wasn't for the Q puts, I would be right on the day.
You'd had a rough day. I obviously had a good day with the Apple calls, but besides that, I didn't really do a whole lot, and my AMPX went from green to red. So
yeah, but I mean that's not bad then. I mean that's how it should be.
No, I'm fine. Like I said,
you can hit your profits in the morning like Apple, and you just put a stop loss in the green on those trades and go on with your day.
And that's it. That's kind of what we try to do each day, and yeah, I don't really. I mean, there's some setups, but nothing's jumping out at me, guys, and I don't want to force anything. So,
let me mention for tomorrow.
In.
For tomorrow, check out Fannie Mae, FNMA, and check out Kodak.
Kodak, that was the one that looked great. I didn't look at Fannie Mae. I heard you mention it, but I didn't check it out.
Check them both out right
now. That's
an
OTC or FNMA.
Tell me what you think of those for tomorrow.
Oh, wow, you're right. Fannie Mae looks amazing right there. Kodak looks good. I was already looking at it, and I know that one looks really good. Yeah, it's hitting that 20. I mean, if it closes right above that, it would be beautiful, but at like 753, but it doesn't necessarily have to. It's not. I don't think it's going to bounce off it and come down. It looks good. It's already been down.
Yeah, I hear you. I kind of agree with that. It doesn't have to close above the 50. Because that RSI is in a great shape. The RSI is in a great.
In a perfect spot. Yeah, it crossed over enough, and your MACD is just your MACD crossed over just enough, and it's curled up. Your RSI is curled up enough where it looks like it'll drag both of them up tomorrow. That should pop.
Yeah, we're on the same page with that. So I'm carrying both Fannie and Kodak overnight into tomorrow.
Nice.
And with the earnings, I'm actually taking Snap into after hours.
Okay.
What's your size on that?
What's that?
What's your size on that?
I think 4%.
It has been beaten way down there.
I also have a few call options for next week, but 4% common shares for after hours.
Man, the daily chart was looking great on Intel until these last 5 minutes. Now it's back red. But it is riding up that 20-day moving average on the daily. RSI reset a little. So
wild action today, man.
Does Google come dipping down? I mean, do you see that chart looking like this?
I don't know. I don't really trade Google. I own Google long term, and
not worrying about it really.
No, like for these mega caps, that's usually how I prefer to deal with them. If I like it, I just hold it. I don't love trading them unless there's like monumental news.
Something crazy.
That's just That's how I do it. I prefer to trade, things that are not $1 trillion. In this case, what, 4 trillion? How much is Google? 4 trillion. Oh my
Probably.
gosh. Yeah, I'm happy just owning that. Wow, look at ARM into the earnings report. 108 to 105. So
You
much
know which one
volatility.
looks really good going in? Qualcomm looks great.
Yeah, I have it on my list. I don't really trade it.
I don't trade necessarily, but it does look pretty good right there.
We'll look at the numbers and I'll report them to you here. But Snap has just been demolished. Unbelievable. I added back some Symbiotic to my retirement account here, right at the 200 DMA. By the way, this looks great and big tailwinds for this company. 200 DMA. Got 3 minutes. Little sell-off in Fanny here at the end of the day. Just no FOMO at all in Berna. It is just relentless selling into the report. Very unusual because we know the revenue number beat. They pre-announced the revenue number. I mean, what could people be worried about? I'm not sure. Maybe they think the revenue guide will not be good. I mean, decel. I mean, it's just very. I don't know what happened here. Not sure what happened here, but this is really starting to get into not just value territory, but potentially deep value territory, especially since there's still some growth component to this stock. So we'll find out tomorrow morning on Berna. See what the options activity looks like. Man. I'm in the 1250 and 15 calls for next week on Berna. And some common shares. Kodak, like we said, doesn't have to break over, but man.
It would be great if it did.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, guys. Let's push it over.
Let's push it over a little bit, please.
750, not a big deal.
Right. Not the end of the world.
Let's see how the hedges are doing here. Well, the war hedge, not the market hedge. RTX and the USO, that's what I have now, and not really closing the way I want them to.
Well, I'm not going to jump in Qualcomm before it closes, so I was looking at it, and I don't know. It has that look like it wants to cruise. You'll tell us what it's going to do in the earnings.
I think I saw the funniest post of all today.
What's that?
The market, specifically in crypto, with some of these strategies like MicroStrategy and BM&R. Someone just tweeted out, "Crypto changed my life. Went from broke to bankrupt. Thank you, crypto." Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, crazy.
All right, it's 4. We got to watch these. Sorry. Snap.
I'm getting my trade tickets set up. Give me a second.
All right, let's
get the Benzinga news feed up.
QCOM is out.
Qualcomm is out. QCOM Clearfield is out too. QCOM.
Glad I didn't jump in that.
I'm not looking at QCOM. Sorry, because they're making me go to their website, and companies that make me do that. I don't have time to do that. Sorry. Oh wait,
it's dipping hard anyway. They missed.
I mean, do not do that. Do not send me to your website to see the news.
Yeah, release. Make it easy.
EPS and revenue.
Symbiotic just out. Symbiotic outlook for the second quarter.
Oh, that jumped up.
670. Oh wait, did I not write the Symbiotic estimates down? Oh shit, I missed the Symbiotic estimates.
I had written that.
What the hell? How did I miss that? Oh motherfucker. Sorry, excuse me. I did not have the Symbiotic estimates written down.
I think what they
300% beat.
Yeah, big beat on Symbiotic.
What it was 0.07.
Oh, that's the one I bought. I just bought that before the close for my retirement account. Qualcomm did beat on the top and bottom line, by the way.
Did they?
Yeah, 350 beats 340, 12.25 beats 12.18 billion, but it's the guidance that matters. The symbiotic guidance, very good. There was also Clearfield. I don't have time to look at that.
Yeah, Qualcomm's still dipping symbiotic, looking good.
Clearfield reported. I didn't have this on my list though. Symbiotic was beautiful, guys.
Yeah, it's
and that was a nice. I added this before the report. Let me
what's
just
ARM
see.
up to? That didn't report yet.
I just want to check the EPS on Symbiotic. Hold on.
Google.
Yeah, look at Symbiotic.
Google's out to.
Look at Symbiotic, dude. I'm just trying to.
Google's still dipping here.
I don't see the EPS on Symbiotic.
That's a crazy candle there, right?
Look at that, dude. Didn't I gave you guys the best one to buy. Look at that. Right before the close, I gave you guys Symbiotic.
Nice.
I'm up nice on that right now in my retirement account.
CapEx on Google was great.
I don't see the Google numbers yet.
Really?
I see it now. I see it now. The top and bottom line beat pretty nice. Pretty, modest beat on Google top and bottom line. I don't know about the CapEx or the.
I see CapEx 175 billion to 185 billion. Estimates 119 billion.
Oh, they don't like that, but Nvidia might like that. Wow, Mule might like that. I don't know. So Google going down on the CapEx, maybe. I don't know what their guide was. ARM down 10%. Wow, dude, I picked the only one that went up here was Symbiotic.
Yeah, that's a good pick right there, Ben.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find the.
That's a beauty.
I'm still trying to find the EPS on Symbiotic. I see the revenue beat nicely. The revenue guide beat nicely. But I don't see the EPS. Rhett, do you see the EPS on Symbiotic?
Oh, hold on, looking now.
The estimate was for the EPS was 0.077.
I have that. Yeah, no, I have
Okay.
0.09. I'm going with 0.09. But I don't see what they reported. I see ARM just came out. It must have been out earlier. I'm just seeing it now. ARM, another one. ARM's also sending you to their website. So I'm not looking at ARM either. Screw you. I don't have time to go to your website. They're both ARM and Qualcomm. Waiting for Snap. I need the EPS on Symbiotic. Anyone have it?
I don't see it.
Symbiotic, yeah. The expected numbers, negative 0.01 numbers came in 0.02.
What? No, they're expecting 9-cent EPS. What was their EPS?
EPS was 0.02. I have expected. My expected was negative 0.01.
No, you're probably looking at GAAP. I need the non-GAAP numbers. Yeah, they're non-GAAP EPS.
No, hold on. Let me look.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're gonna make me go through this whole financial thing. I don't know why.
That's what I'm looking at right now. I got to that. It's right on FinViz if you click on like.
Yeah, you have what they reported, Symbiotic?
Yeah, if you go on FinViz, yeah.
Non-GAAP.
I see net income of 13. I don't have time to do this. The 405 news just hit. Hold on, I gotta look at the 405 news feed. Yeah, can someone find out for me while I look at the 405 news feed? Symbiotic. How? Check our Discord if anyone knows. Elf just came out too. Jesus, motherfucker. Sorry.
Everything.
Too much going on, man.
You're gonna get banned on YouTube.
Oh shoot. Okay. Elf. Okay, Symbiotic 2-cent EPS misses 3. I don't know if that's. I think that might be GAAP. I want their non-GAAP. Elf came out.
Google trying to bounce back.
Elf is up 12%. So Elf
up, yeah.
Big beat. Whoa, 490 million beats 462 million.
Wow.
Raises 2026 guidance. Elf big beat. If you see a pullback there, or maybe if you want to take a chance on this pop, it's up 11% though, because that's a big beat on Elf. Big beat. Big EPS beat too. Dude, that's crazy. What's the daily chart look like?
The daily chart looks pretty good to go to 95 and 96.
Yeah.
They're in a gap fill.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I don't know if I'm going to act fast enough. I'm trying to get into a little bit of Elf here. All right, got into a little bit of Elf, probably at a terrible price because the spread is terrible. The spread is terrible on ELF. So what did I fill at? Oh my gosh, I got the worst fill. I got the worst fill. I don't want to tell you what I got filled at. Let's see if I get a pullback. I'll average down. But ELF, this is, to me, this is the biggest beat of the night so far, is ELF. And they raised guidance nicely. So ELF is pretty nice here. Symbiotic, interesting. I'm a little still not set on. I got to read the Symbiotic report. The guidance is really good. The Q2 revenue guided. So Symbiotic and ELF are the two best reports so far. All right.
What time does Snap come out? 4:15.
Let me check. 4:10. 4:10.
3 minutes.
No. Wait. Sorry. Let me double check. Yes, 4:10. 4:10.
All right, so you have 3 minutes.
Snap comes out at 4:10. But man, I had a terrible fill there. That spread was like $2 or $3.
Google coming back here.
Google, yeah, popping back up.
I think it's going to come down to the CC for Google to see where they're going to be heading.
What they're really doing.
Yeah, they have good commentary. Then this thing could pop. You could see it up. But until then, I think it will just chop around here.
Mm-hmm.
Go up and down, plus 2%, minus 2.
I think ELF has a big short position too. Man, I got such a bad fill on ELF.
Doesn't
Spread was massive when I hit the buy button.
Google just slipped green in after hours.
Oh wow, look at that.
I'm averaging down ELF a little bit. I
There
just,
you go,
I just bought some ELF at 92.
Wow.
Averaging down a little bit. Google flipped red to green.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at it rolling now. Interesting right there.
Yeah, as I said, I don't really trade that. That's just for a hold for me, long-term hold.
All right, Snap. All right, coming up.
All right, ELF is on the move now. That was a nice average down. Got some size on the bid too.
Yeah, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Symbiotic and ELF with the two best reports so far after hours. I haven't looked at Clearfield yet. They did report.
Maybe that dip in Qualcomm might be good down here. It's down like over 6%.
Let's stay around for to see what Snap does, and I'm probably gonna head out.
Gonna snap on out of here.
Snap, hold on, initial up. Now, hold on, no. Yeah. I think Snap is big.
It's spiking now. It must have just come out.
All right, I just took a profit on
Look at Snap.
I'll look at the numbers later, but
Oh.
I think I sold. Let me see, because I had that going in. I sold at 632, and I already have call options, so I wasn't afraid to lose those shares in case they really moving now, up 14%. Big seller on Snap at 639, 250,000 shares. Snap announces earnings. Here we go. Revenue increased to 1.7 billion. Beat it by just a little bit. Net income, adjusted EBITDA. Man, give me an EPS. Let me see. Does someone have it on EPS? I'm looking for it. I don't see it. Does someone have the EPS number for me? Diluted net income. They're profitable. Surprise profit on Snap, guys. Surprise profit on Snap.
This thing will be up 20%.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Okay, they beat by 6 cents, positive 3 cents instead of negative 3 cents. So made some good bets here. Snap and Symbiotic and ELF are now the three best ERs of the night. That's where you want to focus on, in my opinion, if you want to either chase something or
Play after hours.
Yeah, but look at ELF go now. I'm up nicely on ELF. I think I'm going to take the scalp win here if I can get my ticket up before it. Let's see.
Elf up almost 20%. That was nice pickups. Thanks for that, Ben.
All right.
Which one?
Elf.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm trying. Oh, great. I made a few $1,000 on Elf right now.
Cool.
Beautiful. That was beautiful. Got to dig into the details of Snap in just a second. But so far, it's a nice after hours. That's symbiotic. I wish I did that in my trade account too. But I got that in my retirement account, 15% return already. What the hell?
Yeah, symbiotic running some more.
That made $2,700 there on Elf. Symbiotic looking great. All right, we got to dig into Snap. Rumble unveils the web version of Rumble Shorts, by the way. Who cares? Oh my gosh, that symbiotic was beautiful. Elf was beautiful too. Holy crap. And Snap.
Yeah, Elf cruising. Symbiotic cruising.
Nice after hours win on Snap also. Damn, I wish I bought symbiotic in the trade account too. 17%.
QCOM could be a good one right here at the spot, guys.
See that? So like sometimes the price action into the ER means nothing. No one knows shit. All right. So hopefully
I agree with you, Lars.
Hopefully that happens for Berna too. Hopefully that happens for Berna tomorrow morning. No one knows shit. Come on. All right. I think I'm gonna buy back Snap on this pullback. Sold at 630 and
wow, look at symbiotic.
Symbiotic 21%. Ooh.
Look at that bad boy rolling.
Dude, I bought that live on the show at $53 in my retirement account. 66 now.
So we
just got back into Snap at 602 after selling it at 630. But I want to see some AI headlines on this because I think they beat, but that was just me looking through the financial statement. I don't trust me. I want to see what the AI says. If someone wants to run it through AI, that'll be nice. Selling off hard now, Snap. I might average down here.
Holy cow. I just literally clicked off of it and it was way up there and now it's way back down. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
does someone
crazy
have...
Whoa.
Oh, look at this symbiotic.
Oh.
I think I might average down more. All right.
I gotta look into this for Snap because I had bought. It's gonna offset.
Whoa, that's crazy.
I just bought more at 584.
I haven't bought yet. I gotta see this.
I just bought more at 584. But where the hell? I gotta put this through ChatGPT. I don't know why there's no AI articles on it yet. Damn it. Dude, I totally called all the good ERs quickly. Snap, though, I may be wrong on. I don't know what's going on with Snap. Let's see.
Oh, well, up initially.
I know, but, you know.
Didn't stay very long, though.
I like to say I'm only right if the chart is up and to the right.
Yeah.
All right? That's it. If it's volatile, that doesn't count. Up and to the right. That's... All right, let me put this through AI. I can't find it. I can't even find a link to the... Hold on, let me...
Yeah, probably Snap just fell apart like that.
It might not mean anything. All right, let's see what ChatGPT says about Snap.
All right, I averaged down a little bit. All right, guys, I'm gonna log off here.
Yeah, out of here, huh, Rhett? How you feeling? Better?
Yeah, a little better.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I was right. I read the financial statement right. Snap surprise beat. 3-cent EPS beats minus 3-cent estimate, and the revenue just smudge beat by smudge. Sorry, Rhett. Let me just read this before you go.
Oh, that was a good pickup on Snap. Let's go.
Now we can read the qualitative. Yeah, our Q4 results began to reflect the impact of our strategic pivot toward profitable growth. That's what we'd like to see, translating to revenue diversification and meaningful margin expansion. This progress reflects our commitment to building a more financially efficient and profitable business while continuing to invest in the future. Good. Augmented reality. Launch of specs. Also announced today is the stock reach partial regulation. I love it now. I love it. I love the qualitative commentary. I love getting confirmation that they beat. Revenue was good. They beat 3 cents versus negative 3 cents. This is going to be my focus the rest of the afternoon, maybe into tomorrow, guys. Thank you, Rhett, so much. Feel better.
All right. Appreciate it. See you guys.
Take care.
Have a good one.
All right, I'm going to hang on here and trade some Snap with you guys in after hours.
I'll hang on for a few minutes with you.
Let's see. My latest entry, 593. Got a 7% position. Honestly, I'm thinking of increasing it to like 10% or something. I think I'm averaging up on this latest. Yeah, I'm averaging up.
Well, that was a nice dip right there. Opportunity, that's for sure, when it came down.
Yeah, I got it, and now I'm averaging up. So now I'm at 9% Snap at a 598 average. 9% Snap at a 598 average after already making not a lot. It was only 1,600 in gains. But now I got a 9% position at 598. And just keep an eye on Symbiotic and Elf. Elf I sold at 98. That was a nice after hours win.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I'm going to take just a little bit of break and look at the news feed in case there are any other stocks with big news. Wolf also reported. I haven't had a chance to look at it. It's down 8.5%.
The Wolf Speed, WOLF, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearfield reported. I haven't looked at that. I'm just going through, just manually scanning like 5-6 dozen press releases right now, see if there's anything else that catches my eye unrelated to the earnings reports that we were targeting.
Like how I used to scan for stocks, just straight up manually.
All right, that's it. So Snap is my focus here now. Elf, Symbiotic, and Snap. All right, those were the 3 best ERs of the evening, guys. Let me just briefly look at our other top picks of the day from earlier. Yeah, I'm going to have to alert the Discord that Snap is probably going to be a top pick. I think I'm going to do that for tomorrow.
Yeah,
everyone.
That could be a good one.
Surprise profit. Top 5 pick tomorrow. Added here in after hours. Currently at 612. Other standout ERs. Elf and Symbiotic. Bought Symbiotic in IRA before the close. All right, good.
How slaughtered does strategy get tomorrow on earnings?
What's that?
How slaughtered does strategy get? MicroStrategy, MSTR.
I don't know, because it probably trades mostly on the spot price of Bitcoin than it does on their earnings reports.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
But I'm not.
You way down so much. I guess it could go down some more, but
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I'm not a guy. I never really traded that one.
I should have averaged down the Snap options today. I'm in the 650s for next week at 45 cents. I bought those a couple days ago, and Snap got demolished again into that report. So I don't know. I don't know if those will pay.
It might hopefully come back to even around.
Yeah, but you know what? Is part of the reason why I like, especially for something I have options in, I like to be aggressive with common shares and after hours.
make up
Because
anything.
yeah, it's a lot easier to make money from 6 to 6:30 than it is to hope the stock goes over 650.
Yep.
You know, so then I can make enough profit to offset a potential loss in the
If the options don't hit.
yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
but
No,
look,
it's a good strategy.
what's that?
It's a great strategy.
So, okay, I think at this point, look, we're gonna need a ton of content. I'm gonna say goodbye to X. If you want to join our community, you could do so at storytrading.com. Our website kind of sucks, but we're relaunching it soon. Or just go to our profile icon on our profile bio on X, and we'll see you there. I mean, a ton of nonstop content, morning notes, night notes from Dougie Fresh and from Laptop Travel. A lot of stuff going on, as you can see. I'm going to continue live streaming for a bit just for our Discord or whoever happens to have the YouTube link. We'll pretend it's just for Discord. But I'm going to say goodbye to X right now. Thank you for joining us, and hope to see you soon in our community. Take care, X.
See you guys. Yeah, YouTubers are getting to stay on.
Yeah, but we don't really advertise the YouTube links at all.
Yeah.
So I don't think we have too many freeloaders on YouTube right now. It's probably just almost all our community. Look at that 56,000 share bid on Snap right now and after hours. That is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, it's ready to roll.
Look at that. That's some big bids coming in right now. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to go bigger, man. I'm tempted to average up. I have to be honest. I'm a little bit wired and emotional from losing so much money earlier that I tend to do larger size. It's just
try to make up for it.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's not good. But look at the big bids coming in now. Wow, big bids, big bids.
Moving right here.
Yep, big bids. And they're raising their bids. They're not getting filled. They're raising their bids. I just did that too. I just averaged up here. Big bids, big blocks, man. The bids are all big. I'm now at a 15% position. All right, let's look at the targets now. Let's move to the 30-minute chart first. Ooh, yeah, baby. 660. 660. I don't even think I need the daily chart. 30-minute chart's good here. 660 target. 660 target. I'm going to put a sell order for half. Sell. 660 target. Maybe in after hours. Well, let me put that in the Discord.
Yeah, it was a nice pickup right there. Symbiotic still hanging out up here. I mean, it looks like it's staying strong with that little fresh pullback. That's easy. And Elf don't even look bad pulling back a hair. So both of them look pretty good still. Bitcoin just getting destroyed. Holy cow. AMPX looks a little better in the after hours. It's not like doing anything crazy, but it just looks a little better there. Palantir got destroyed today. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. Crazy.
Holy cow.
Really, really tough today.
Yeah, it was a rough day there.
It was just, I don't know. I can't say enough about how crazy it was today. What a fake out. Yesterday afternoon after the budget, passed all of those sectors, the
The
government
drones and all, yeah, he got set up to pop and then just like fizzled out.
exactly. Not just fizzled. I mean, just
Like they died. Yeah, they didn't fizzle. They
yeah.
died.
What a fake signal yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, you got like looking at ONDS right now. It went green right there yesterday. Looked real good at the close, and it just took a major nosedive today, down almost 15%. That's crazy. Yeah, that's wild. And then they'll try to bounce right back up tomorrow. Watch. That's what they've been doing. It is crazy.
all right.
Snap's
See.
looking good here.
I'm looking for 640s.
625. Yeah, you'll probably get there. Slowly but surely, it's moving it.
Let me double check the resistance. Yeah, 664. Resistance, I see it's 6. What do you see?
I was looking and I saw, where was I? Because I looked over here and it looked like I was looking like in the 640s, like right around 650 area.
Hmm. You know what? I have call options, so maybe I'll try to trade with my entire position rather than just selling half. And if it runs away from me, I'm covered with the calls. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. These blocks are huge, by the way. And you see, do you have access to level 2?
On there, no, I don't. I don't even look at that, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, I always look at yours when it's up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I look at FinViz and TrendSpider is what I look at all day.
There's big blocks coming through on the bid. And to be honest, I've seen some large ones at the ask too. So to be fair, here is another one, 52,000 at 627 right now.
That's a couple bucks. Yeah, okay, moving. There it goes, 628. It looks like it's about to run. That 640 area might be
my only concern of selling all is if it goes past my target,
it could run big.
And no, I will end up buying back higher, and then I may end up buying back at higher day. So, I'm just thinking about this. Maybe I won't sell all. Maybe I'll keep some.
Half.
Yeah, maybe I'll keep some just so.
Oh, look at that, 634. There's that.
I don't get FOMO.
There it comes the 640. Oh gosh, there we go. 637, 638.
664 is my target, but I'm gonna sell long before then, in the 640s.
Let me see.
It's getting close to my sell order already. So I changed it to selling about 60%.
Yeah, like anywhere from like 640, 647 in that range. It looks like it wants to get up to. Let's see if it'll spike right here. I think it will.
Dude, I bought some at 584.
Yeah, that was nice. That was before it even closed. Right before.
No, I bought it in after.
Oh, dipped down. That's right. It dipped down. I forgot.
At 416. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Candle, yeah.
I was just looking like, wait a second, it was higher than that. It was in the 590s when it was closing and higher. Wow. There you go. I think you get ripping up here.
Yeah, there's a lot of volume on here, so I don't mind telling you where my order's at. I don't think it'll make a difference, but I have a sell order at 647. I still think 664 is the resistance, but I like selling before
you get up there, just in case.
Yeah.
Other people see something like that and put theirs in lower. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Look at that. What's Elf doing? Yeah, Elf's just hanging out right now. That should be pretty solid tomorrow as well. And Symbiotic, a little bit of pullback. But
Elf had the biggest speed of the night.
Yeah.
Snap, I think, may be the most consequential beat of the night. in terms of a smaller, non-profitable company. Although Snap is bigger than Elf, but in terms of a non-profitable flipping to profitability. So Elf, the biggest beat, Snap, the most consequential beat, Symbiotic, a decent beat combined with the fact that it was at the 200 DMA. That's why it's popping. It wasn't like a blowout, but it was good enough to get a big bounce off the 200. So that's how I would characterize these three winning ERs here in after hours.
Yeah, I think Snap's going to try to level up right here, and you get into them 640s. That's what it looks like it's trying to do anyway. I can't believe Palantir got smoked today like that. What happened to it?
I don't know, man. Everything
got smoked. Yeah,
everything. It was just a nightmare today.
Yeah, like look at Amazon or Nvidia, AVGO, Amazon, Tesla, Google, Meta, Oracle, Palantir.
Okay, now our data sideways today. Look at this. On average, my 2026 picks were down 10% today.
Oh wow,
it's really crazy.
You don't see that happen often.
No, that's just insane. And defense tech was down 15%. That's the one I still can't wrap my head around. Why defense tech was down so big today? Maybe there was something in the budget they didn't like. It just that makes no sense.
Yeah, I didn't see anything either. Not that I really looked too closely, but it was a weird day. Yeah, Oracle way down. Now a lot of them just got beat up today.
You know what? I think Red is going to need this video. I'm going to have to actually end the stream because we're going to have to that CEO interview that we did.
No, yeah, he
needs to clip that, and he won't be able to clip it till I end the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we did a pretty good job today here. Wow, look at Google from 308 to 342. Wow. Hopefully that'll help the market. Look at it go right now.
I know, that's wild, right?
Maybe something
big that they just have their call or something.
You know what? Before I go, we had the 4:30 p.m. news feed.
Maybe something came out.
Let's see if something came out on other stocks. I'm not really grab Google.
Yeah, it could hurt. It could help the market tomorrow, like you're saying. It's up over $12.
No. All right. So, guys, I'm going to say goodbye now. Oh, this Google. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's up near all-time highs.
Oh, it's ripping.
Wow. 349 all-time highs. I guess there was an opportunity there. 308 to look at that. Wow. It's about to hit all-time highs.
Yeah, it's about to go.
Hopefully, let me see how that's impacting the Qs. Yeah, NASDAQ is pushing hard. Maybe that'll take up our defense tech stocks. Let's see.
It'll pull up everything.
Let's see. ONDS and AMPX, not yet.
Not real crazy.
Micron is ripping though. All right, right off the 20 DMA. So that was the spot to buy Micron, guys, at the 20 DMA.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that bounce. Overshot it. Close to 20 DMA. 398 was a target I gave you. If it bounces, I just did not play it. I did. I got shaken out. That was tough. It was a tough day, guys. Wow.
It was a hard day, rough day, crazy day.
Anyway, I'm going to get going, guys. I'm going to trade Snap and Peace. Good luck, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.
Enjoy it, everybody. I'll see you guys.
Take care. Bye.
Have a good one.